This little booklet in my hand is called July Fever, and it's a labor of love put together by Ken Twiddell and his passionate marketing team at Gold Circle, the purpose of which is to hopefully point you in the right direction with regard to the history, the quirks, the dream numbers, and of course every little bit of information that may find you the winner of the Vodacom Durban July, South Africa's most coveted, revered trophy. The sash that the horse wins when he canters down the straight at Greyville is just something that money simply cannot buy. And I can't actually believe that Vodacom Durban July Fever is over for 2015, because it seems like just the other day in the middle of April that Graham Hawkins was standing in the stewards' quarters in which the colours are so proudly displayed, reading out the nominations for the 2015 edition of the Vodacom Durban July. And guess what? It was a race won by a Cape Townian last year, Legislate, who won in controversial circumstances. He had to win the race in the boardroom, but that behind us, he ran the slowest time since 1982, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. But on to this year's race. It was a horse by the name of Legal Eagle, who found himself at the top of the bookmakers' betting boards as a result of his spectacular victory in the South African Derby over 2,450 metres at Turffontein. And then he followed that up with a brilliant victory over his elders in the Jubilee Handicap over 1,700 metres, and that saw his merit rating rocket from 88 prior to the running of the Derby to 120 after the running of the Jubilee Handicap. Many argued that it was a ridiculous rating. The race itself didn't really prove anything because he was never going to be suited to Greyville. Anton Marcus declared that he was more hopeful than anything else, and he will live to fight another day. Margemoo disappointing, so too Wiley Hall. I spoke to Waiho Mawing afterwards, and he said the horse pulled up lame, so you can forget about that run completely. But victory belonged to the Dean Kannemeyer stable in the colours of Lady Christine Laidlaw. She, of course, is the owner of Kaya Stables, and Captain Noir being one of the classic exponents of those colours, also a sensational Group 1 horse. Power King, having slipped under the radar after many people declared that he was a horse to beat after his spectacular run in the Greyville Betting World 1900, where he came rocketing through from last to finish second. And it was the Betting World 1900 that produced both first and second placed horses in this year's Vodacom Durban July. So without any further ado, let's go to trackside. Let's watch Power King enter the cauldron, the arena, the most famous arena in South African horse racing. And thereafter, we'll catch up with Dean Kannemeyer to reflect on the son of SILVANO's career. And I must tell you that SILVANO finished first, second and third in this race. His progeny did. One stud farm, never in the history before, and quite probably never in the history again, that a stallion should produce the first, second and third placed horses bred at the same stud farm, Main Chance Farms. Quite an incredible training achievement. Here's the action at Greyville Trackside, the 2015 renewal of the Vodacom Durban July.
Set, R3.5 million rand, Vodacom Durban July, aye captain, they sent on their journey. Let's see who'll find the winner's box out here. Helderberg Blues right there. The rider just looks across to see who's going to put the speed on. Legal Eagles in a good position. Deputy Judge and the Oranges on the outside. Talina and Pine Princess perfectly poised. On the outside, Dynastic Power. Wiley Hall is perfectly placed, just 3.5 lengths off. Tammany's deeper out on the turf. Power King, Legal Eagle, after an alert start is mid-division. Futura follows him through. At this point in time, Ice Machine, Gold Onyx, Punta Arenas amongst the back rank, and then comes the Conglomerate. It's a mad dash for the lead. Deputy Judge on the left, Ryder looks across. Dynastic Powers moving a little bit closer. Tammany, Helderberg Blue, Pine Princess. Then we find Talina just 4 lengths off in the box seat. Legal Eagle spreads his wings on the outside. He's just 4 lengths to make up. Half the deficit, Hot Ticket, Wiley Hall. Power King's got 7 to make up at the 1,000. Mudge moves towards the inside. Gold Onyx, Futura's on a good rein, hard against the steel, 8 lengths to make up. Ice Machine further back in the running, and then comes French Navy. Vodacom, Durban July Fever, 3.5 million rand, just on 650 to go. Deputy Judd has the call. Dynastic Power on the outside. Tammany, Helderberg Blue, Pine Princess, Talina. Half the deficit, Hot Ticket. Legal Eagles behind a wall of horses. Wiley Hall, Majmu. Wide open towards the inside. Talina. Legal Eagles looking for a way through. Half the deficit. Punta Arenas is running on. Talina down the centre of the course. Ice Machine. Punta Arenas half the deficit. Also running on is Power King. Punta Arenas is flying on the outside. Punta Arenas and Power King the last 100. Power King, Punta Arenas. Eyeball to eyeball. Power King from Punta Arenas. Talina's on the inside for Turan. Legal Eagle to the post. They went. Well, they spread across the track inside the 300. Punta Arenas was running out of his skin. Talina's there. Futura's getting going. And here's Power King with a terrific run. The son of Silvano for Kaya Stable, Stuart Randolph, Dean Kannemeyer, now going to sneak into the picture. Power King, he puts in a run, looking to hang out for a stride or two. Punta Arenas is only a half a length away, but Power King, he drives home and he digs down where only champions go. To the post, 3 parts of a length. Power King, Dean Kannemeyer, Stuart Randolph will taste big race success. Punta Arenas a scorching run in second. Talina ran third. Then came Futura, Legal Eagle, French Navy, Ice Machine, the Conglomerate, Majmu.
Congratulations. How do you feel?
Andrew, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's as great a feeling as the first one when we won with Dynasty, as great as the second one we won with Eye of the Tiger. Fantastic, and and I've got a wonderful team with me, and I just got such good backup. And it was a thrill for Lady LAIDLAW to be here. She came in to watch a horse run, and it's her first time she's ever been to Greyville, first time she's been to Durban. So that's fantastic. She has had other runners like Cape de Noir, the year before, 2 years back with Nordic Flyer, and they weren't really staying horses, but they were early favourites for the July. And today she tasted success, so and it's fantastic. And Jean Malherbe is here. We worked hard at the sales, and we found him, Jean from Form Bloodstock. So the whole team's here, so it was fantastic. So I'm absolutely thrilled about it. Yeah.
This horse started his career here in KwaZulu-Natal at Clarewood Park with Kevin Shea aboard, but he's a kind of horse that always seemed to sneak under the radar until he hit Triple Crown fame, where he just fell at the last hurdle. Maybe he didn't get the 1.5 miles, but he's all heart, this guy.
Yeah, he's not a big fella, and I did bring him as a 2-year-old, to get a son on his back, and he won first time out. It shows much back home, and then he won. I remember he ran so green, he still won with Kevin Shea over 1400 metres, it was all over the place. Kevin said that this horse can run. I remember Felix could see riding him one day in work and said, "Tell you, Dean, this is a very smart horse." And then I kept him as a 3-year-old, being a Silvano, give him a bit of time. I won't race him yet as a 3-year-old, I'll leave him and race him with Sting at the ground, and he duly won the Guineas over there, and he won the Winter Classic, and then ran second in the Derby over 2-4. Put him away, and I said in my previous interviews, picked up a bit of a blood problem. We were battling with his blood. He was hemoconcentrating. I said to Christian, Lady LAIDLAW, we got to geld him, and we gelded him, and since then he's never looked back. He came to Durban, and I was very pleased with his prep runs. When he won that 1400, was a very, very good performance. Beating Ice Machine. That was his first prep run. And then I thought he was even more impressed with his next run in the Greyville 1900. And he had 58, and he comes into the July with 53. He's well drawn. I said, you know, if all goes well, as a 4-year-old with 53, you know, good 3-year-olds, not easy when you've got a good 4-year-old around with 53, and it all worked out today.
Well, I know that you've got a very urgent press conference to go to, but from the racing industry, we commend you, we applaud you for the passion that you have for the game, for the spirit in your yard, for little Bob's. It's been an absolutely special day that the objection was overruled and you managed to keep the sash.
Yeah, Andrew, thank you very much. You know, when I arrived, I arrived quite early, the first time at Summerfeld, to see what the track's all about. And they asked me, what do you think? I said, well, I haven't really got any big guns this year, but I've got some very nice horses coming through. Won the July, so Vodacom July, very pleased. But you know, you've got to get lucky, and all went our way today. Fantastic.